Hi, good morning. This is Paul, founder and president of Giant Jacks Media, and thanks for jumping on. And so, just for those of you who are new to this, so every morning at this time, I go live with just my quick sales, marketing, branding tips. I have so much floating around my head to help you, and so I want to get these things out. And I do have an extended show I do on Tuesdays, 1 p.m. California time, where I go into deep dives on the concepts I'm talking about. So, also want to mention that if you ever want to see my 5 elements that make up the foundation of your sales, marketing, and branding platform, every single business needs it, whether you're a solopreneur or a bigger business. Text Giant Help to that number on the screen and you check that out. All right, I'm talking about email today, and it's so funny because just this morning, I have Flipboard, which is a news magazine. You get it on your mobile device or your computer, and it's an RSS feed. You can customize it on topics you want to follow. I highly recommend you get it. It's a great place to source content, get ideas on trending topics. And there was an article, I think it appeared yesterday, by an author, business guy, entrepreneur in Inc. magazine, talking about the profound success his weekly email newsletter he sends out brings him. So it was prescient for this discussion. Loved it. Check that out. Google Inc. magazine. You'll find that article. Follow me on LinkedIn. I'm going to put it up there in my news feed next few days. But the why and how of email nurture. And so here's why you need to have an email nurture process. So 90% plus of the prospects that come into your sales funnel, it's, top of the funnel is awareness, right? Then the next step is generating interest, then a call to action, you go through the funnel. Well, 90% of the people that come into your funnel that become aware of you, you start talking to them, they are not going to be converted to clients in the short term. It just ain't going to happen. And that's true for the best sales and marketing people on the planet. And so they're going to become long-term leads for all the reasons people become long-term leads. Hey, call me in 3 months. I'm going on vacation. Let me think about it, on and on and on. And so you can't not stay in front of people when you're going to reach back out at some point, because they're in your pipeline. Now they may be warm, hot, or cold, but they're in there. Excuse me. And so you got to stay front and center. You got to be in front of them at all times. And so email nurture is a great way to stay in front of a large audience proactively, and as you are prospecting them, so that you talk to them in January and you call back in, April, they will have been nurtured by you along the way. Because if you don't do that, they're not going to remember, you, let alone what you talked about. So you need to nurture along the way. And the email nurture is one of the 5 elements that make up the foundational components everybody needs. So very, very important. And email also, the way we set it up here, which I'm going to tell you the how in a minute, positions you as an authority and helps you engage with your audience. And you can reach a large audience proactively versus putting stuff out on social and hoping people see it. So the whole email nurture and engaging with people and showing your personal side is important for email. Okay, so how do you do the email? This gets really important. And so, first of all, email, it's got to be consistent and frequent. You cannot send an email out every 4 months or once every 6 months. That does nothing. What it will do is make people unsubscribe from you because they just see it as just some random thing you're sending out. So it's got to be frequent, at least every 2 weeks, if not weekly. And then the days to send it out, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are great. Mondays, Fridays, not so much. And time of day, morning, afternoon, are are sort of rules of thumb when to send it out. So frequency, consistency matters with the email, and the whole vibe of your email and the content is critically important. So what most people do is they send out crappy, newsletters that look horrible, that are not personal at all, and it's just a newsletter format. And unless you are the subscriber of that and you sought it out, it's somebody or something you want to follow and you're going after it, that's different. But if you're trying to nurture an audience and you're reaching out, it can't be formulaic. It can't be like a business newsletter. We all get too many of those. They're crappy. Nobody reads them. Delete. And you start getting marked as a spammer and unsubscribes. So your email has got to be personal and have a human touch to it and be conversational. I often talk about with people I'm helping. Imagine, and this is what I do for myself. Imagine you're sitting across the table from your prospect. It's another person. You're having a cup of coffee, beer, whatever you're doing, and you're having conversation, and you're interested in that person, and you're listening empathically. You're asking questions. You know what they care about, and you're talking to them that way. Think of your email in the same terms. Who is the person you're talking to through your email? What are the challenges, opportunities? What's important to them? And then deliver that content in a conversational tone to your audience rather than, boom, 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 some, boring manifesto. So you want to make it conversational and just get in your mind that you're talking to somebody. And, this is copywriting and having the right way to structure it. So it's making it personal, like you're speaking to them. The content's got to be value based. So you're not selling. You just don't want to sell. Now you can build in calls to action and introduce things to your audience along the way about events you're putting on and so forth. But you got to first build rapport and get them to know you, like you, trust you, as we've all heard. And it's really the marketing and the interaction of you. So it's delivering value through your email and teaching and educating and not selling. And really, the rule of thumb is market, 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 sell, market, 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 sell. So before you start selling and asking somebody to do something, you're really branding, marketing, talking to them, building rapport with them. And this can be done through email. The structure of the email is very important. So, as we all know, subject lines matter. And the look of the actual email matters. So subject lines are key. And if you Google, best email subject lines, I think there's going to be a ton of information out there on what to do and what not to do with your email subject lines. Because as we all know, one of the battles of the war of email is getting people to actually open the email. So you want to focus on subject lines, very key. There's a whole science behind that. And I go in depth into that in other shows I put on in my previous videos, again, which are on my channel, LinkedIn channel there. You can find me my YouTube channel too. But email subject lines, and then the look of the email is the more you can have it be simple, pleasing to the eye, the better, as opposed to a bunch of just crap thrown in there, links to stuff and do this and here's this. And if it's confusing to the eye, it's not going to resonate with people. So I like a lot of white space. I keep it pretty simple and make it conversational and almost like I'm writing a letter to somebody, a handwritten letter. And I have it look that way. And, I always have a way to contact me. I always have a photo of myself in there because I want a human interaction. I want people to see me. And so you want to make the actual look of the body of the email that way. Double space it, put bold bold some lines so that it's not just all blurry eyed to people reading it. So think of it in terms of that way, the look of it, and always have your contact information there. Of course, people can get a hold of you, and what's important, obviously, is the collection of emails, getting emails, building an email list too. So, as you're getting into this, maybe you already have an email list, maybe you don't. You're trying to figure out, how do I do it? It's a labor of love, and I never recommend buying a list. That can be okay in some cases, but I've built my email lists up, just labor of love over the years, by collecting them along the way, getting people to subscribe. Every time you do a Zoom event, you're collecting an email address. Every time, you're directing somebody to a landing page, and maybe they're getting your ebook, they're providing their email address, booking a call with you through an online service like Calendly, which I love. Then you're collecting an email address. So there are ways to collect email, get them into your distribution platform, and send it out. So I use Constant Contact, love the platform, and that's where I keep my list, and there's automation built into Constant Contact. Another great thing to do with email when you're sending it out is to set up an automated welcome email, which is the first thing somebody gets when they get onto your email, is a welcome, and where you tell them exactly what the value is you're going to get, why they're on the list. You thank them for joining, so you just really put yourself out there, because what that does for you is it lessens the chance they're going to unsubscribe, or worse, put you down as a spammer. Maybe they didn't remember how they got signed up, or where they gave you the email, but you want to have that welcome message, and you can automate that. So when they join, just automate immediately, boom, the email goes out and they get that. Also, video is king for me, and I'm just really big on video for emails. And so there's a vlog, call it what you want, blog, vlog, but I'll have some content in there, written content, and typically I always have a short snack size video. People love to watch video, and again, you're educating value, and it's a short video that you include in there. Maybe it's on a topic that resonates with them, so you're still delivering the value, speaking to them. Video is great because they get to see you, hear you, see that you have a nice haircut, you're a decent person, you're articulate. So video is huge, and if you can really put your value that you're getting out to people in the form of a video, and then embed it in the email, it's just a fantastic way to really have a human touch point with your audience. So those are the highlights of email. And follow me, check my LinkedIn profile out, check Giant Help, text Giant Help to that phone number for a deep dive on my 5 elements. You'll love it. And thanks for joining. And we'll see you next time here every morning, 7 a.m. Quick tips. Tuesdays, 1 p.m. California time for deeper dives.